My name is Dalton Hageman. I didn't start climbing until 2022 in June, and I had some coworkers take me to a climbing gym, and after that I was obsessed, and now I've been climbing in the gym, outside, all around Minnesota and Wisconsin, and hoping to go climb elsewhere in the country as well. We're here to climb some outdoor routes here at Ely's Peak. It's right in town and within Duluth city limits, and so most people have to go up the North Shore or go further south in Minnesota to get good rock climbing, but Ely's Peak is right in Duluth city limits, and it has really great rock and really good rock quality and well-maintained anchors. All right, rope! Today we're going to be doing a lot of top rope climbing where we get up to the top of the cliff and set up an anchor point so that we can just have an anchor already set up at the top of the wall.
Would you say 50 or 60 for this?
60's fine, 50 will work. I think they're both pretty short. So, in order to rock climb outside here at Ely's Peak, you do need to have your own rope and belay equipment and harnesses and essentially all your own climbing gear.
What we're doing about now is it's called flaking the rope. Right, so we untie the rope and then we're going to go through it and make sure that that everything is still intact, right? There's no breaks.
Yep.
There's no it's not cut, right? The sheath is still intact. The core is still intact, right? And you do that every time you take the rope out, every time you climb.
Yeah. Everything that we do out here climbing is redundant, so that any one piece of our setup or our anchor or our carabiners, our harness, our rope, everything in between is redundant. So if any one piece fails outright, there's always something else to back that up. And putting in backup knots on my knots to the anchors so that these shouldn't slip, but in the event these were to slip, I have a backup knot that will get caught up and won't be able to get pulled through the knot. Obviously, climbing in itself is dangerous. You know, you're climbing on rocks, you're swinging around on a rope. There is potential for risk in that aspect, but as far as falling or anything scary like that, there is no real risk of that happening.
Ah! Oh!
That was good.
I think there's a better right hand. It looks like it. Yeah.
I love rock climbing just because it's an individual sport that you do with people. Climbing in itself is very personal. It's just you on the wall. You're the one making the moves. You're the one doing all the hard things, but it still requires you to have people to belay you and friends to be there with you and people to give you help. So it's a sport that's very personal to perform, but you still can have friends and everybody can progress together and nobody's competing against one each other. But at the same time, you get to do it with friends and people you enjoy spending time with, and then you get to share it with others and you get to watch them go through the same thing of watching them push themselves through really hard stuff. And then when you or your friend or your belaying, accomplishes the route they've been working on, it's like a super freeing feeling, and it's just a bunch of people all essentially battling themselves and their ability to get better at rock climbing, but you get to do it with other people all at the same time.
Transfer to your right knee now and push up. Nice. There you go.